Hey, it's almost noon. It's Straight Talk. My hair looks a little weird today. I'm not gonna lie. The bangs are driving me nuts. Nobody cares about this, but it's still early, so I can just talk about what I want. So I literally, right before I went on live, I did this. Oh my God, look. Cut my bangs. Look at that. Because it just didn't look right. I know, isn't that insane? And did you just see that? Look. I just trimmed my hair. Somebody's going to be mad. My lady. My hair lady is going to be like, don't cut your own hair. You're a business coach, not a hairstylist. What the heck? But it looks better now, right? So it's all good. So, you know what? We are talking today about attitude. Woo! The only thing I love talking about more than attitude is integrity. You do cut your own hair all the time? That's so good. And your hair looks good. So I just, I don't know. She just left it too long this time, and I straight ironed it today. It looks like somebody sat on it. I don't know. Whatever. It is what it is, right? So the only thing I love talking about more than attitude is integrity. That's the only thing. And I think that I love talking about those two things so much because they're really two of the few things in your life that you are 100% responsible for. See, I'm 100% responsible for today looking fabulous because I just cut my own hair. So, whatever. So two of the things, there's so much in our lives, right? There's so much in our lives that we are not responsible for. And I mean responsible like circumstances, things that happen to us. I'm going to give you an example. This has not been an easy week at the Gilmore house. My daughter got in a car accident and totaled our car. She is fine, thank God. Our heater, we are out. Hi, Dave. It's good to see you. Hope you're feeling great. Talk about things out of your control. Kidney disease, right? Having surgery, you can't control those things. That's my friend Dave. So this is interesting that I just said hi to Dave because I'm going to bring this around to that. So, the other thing that happened is we were in Missouri this weekend without my kids. My kids were home and, we were in Missouri and the kids woke up on Saturday morning and the house was 57 degrees, -8 outside, but 57 inside. So our heater went out. And we did not get heat back until yesterday evening because there was a part and we had to, and then he repaired the part and all of that. And then that part didn't work, so he had to put another one in. Actually, that part did work, but something else wasn't working. So, we're talking now. So we've had a car totaled. We've had the heater problem. Thousands of dollars we didn't plan on have gone out the door this weekend on nothing fun. And so those are all circumstances that are beyond my control, right? And I really had a hard time this weekend getting past the worrying about what we're going to do about the heat. What are we going to do about this? What are we, all of these things. Doug is buying a very new, expensive bicycle soon, so we have money put away for that, and I didn't want to steal that money to go towards this because he's starting to do triathlons. So there's all these money issues. So all of these circumstances were out of my control this weekend. But how I reacted to it wasn't. And that's why I put this, it could have been worse. It could have been worse. You know what? I still have both my kidneys, Dave. Maybe I should send you one. My friend Dave just had kidney surgery, had his second kidney. He only has a little teeny bit of his kidney left now, on the left side. So my daughter got in an accident. She's totally fine. She could have gotten hurt. She could have gotten killed. Somebody in the other car could have gotten hurt or killed, but it's just a car, right? And that's why my daughter drives a beater. So it could have been worse. So I'm talking about attitude today because attitude is everything. You cannot control the things that are happening around you in your life. You can't control a lot of the diseases and things that happen in your body. Some of that is just genetic. Some of the things in our lives we just can't. I'm glad she's okay too. There's so many things in our lives that we cannot control. There are circumstances that are going to happen. Furnaces are going to go out and are going to cost $3,000. Things are going to happen in your lives that you cannot control. Maybe your relationship breaks down and you get divorced. There's tons of things that are happening in our lives every single day that we cannot control. But the one thing that we can control is our attitude and how we respond to that. You might think that your life is a certain way and that you're unhappy because those things are happening in your life. Like I could say, oh, I'm grumpy. I'm having a horrible time this weekend because, or this week because we just put out tons of money for this furnace and that was huge. It was freezing for 4 days and it was a pain in the butt and my daughter got in an accident and that's going to cost money and all of these kinds of things. I could go just dive headlong deep into the morass and mud of that issue. Or what's much more powerful is to realize that we each have a powerful ability to create every single day. And that's our attitude. We are 100% responsible for our happiness and our attitude. Now, I'll give you a great example. This week I've kind of struggled with it. It's just like I always talk about. It's a muscle that you build. I am a breast cancer survivor. I had breast cancer 10 years ago. And I had stage 2 breast cancer, so I had to have chemo. After I had a mastectomy, I had chemo for 6 months. And one of the things that if you haven't ever noticed, I'm always messing with my hair. I like my hair. I like it. I like to have cute hair. Most times I love my hair, right? So when you have chemo, your hair falls out. So I really, really was worrying somewhat about this and how I was going to deal with it. My kids at that time, I think Audrey was in 5th grade. So however old you are in 5th grade, 12 maybe? 12 years old. Anna was about 8, around that age. Audrey was really having a hard time. And I knew that once my hair started falling out, that was going to be a huge issue because it was going to be real, that I was having chemo and that I could die and, all of that. And so I didn't want her to freak out. And so what we decided we were going to do is we were going to shave my head. I didn't want it to fall out because that would also drain me emotionally to have clumps of hair coming out, waking up and having hair on my pillow. I just couldn't deal with it. So I'm like, I'm going to be preemptive and handle this right up front. So what we decided to do, I have a little bit of a wacky personality. So I decided that what we were going to do is shave my head and I was going to have a mohawk for a short time. And we were going to dye that mohawk pink. And I was going to let my kids do it. So my best friend and I, and she shaved her head with me, God love her. My friend and I got together and let the kids cut our hair and do whatever they wanted. And they just literally took the hair and cut it. And then we shaved our heads. I had a mohawk. She went bald. I had a mohawk and it was like this thick. And then it was we bleached it all white. And then what we did is I bleached it. I figure, I have breast cancer, so nobody's going to judge me. They're going to just be like, oh crap, that chick lost her hair because she's in chemo. So I dyed it My Little Pony pink, literally bright pink. And I had a bright pink mohawk for the fall of whatever it was 10 years ago, probably 2007. I think that was it. So 2008, it was 2008. So I had a bright pink mohawk. Now, we had so much fun shaving my head. The girls were not freaked out about it. They thought it was hilarious. We just played with it. And that's one of the things that I think is so missing with us as just as human beings, as adults especially, is we don't play with things. Like when a circumstance happens, there is some natural mourning. I was sad. I was upset. I was scared. I processed all that. I'm not talking about shoving things down and pretending they're not scary. Be with it. Let it be scary. Deal with it. But don't reside there. Don't build a house and live in the sorrow for the rest of your life about it. There's no reason to do that. If you can feel your feelings and be in your circumstances and then move through them intentionally and focus on your attitude, that is everything. We have such a powerful ability to create each and every day. And I just wonder how many of you are awake. Are you being awake to that you have this powerful ability to create your day? Are you being awake to the fact that you are 100% responsible for the quality of your life? I can sit here and say I had a horrible week, but I also know that my great friend just had kidney surgery and he's going to dialysis every other day. And that is sucky. It takes 4 hours, he said. 4 hours to go through dialysis every other day. I don't have to do that. I'm so blessed that I have both my kidneys. I'm so blessed that my health is getting better and better. That's really, really, really great. And it's a perfect thing for me to focus on. So when I talk about like, oh my gosh, I had a crappy week, you know what? It's not as crappy as other things. It could have been worse. Could have been much worse. I posted something on my Facebook page that I thought was so great about this whole point of attitude. And it's basically like kind of like a live poem that the guy reads. Look for it on earlier. I think I posted it like 2 days ago. But he's talking about how like our attitude is the thing that gives us our happiness. Our attitude is. So you can wake up and go, oh crap, there's snow. It's -8. We're going to freeze. This is horrible. Or you can go, oh my gosh, look how beautiful it is outside. It's so great that I get to wear my winter coat today. Now, I'm not saying that you're not going to be cold and you're not going to at times not like it. I'm not saying you're not going to be sick and be scared. I'm not saying that you're not going to get breast cancer and it's not going to suck. But what I am going to say is that you get to be at cause in how you deal with your life instead of at effect. And I think that that's one of the things that is so important about attitude is having it's more than just having a great positive attitude. You know, I say a lot of times with people when they're trying to make things that are crappy look good, I say it's kind of like spreading pink frosting on a turd. Every bite, you can tell yourself it's cake, but every bite is still crappy, right? Just because you spread pink frosting on it doesn't make it cake. It still is sucky. That's not the kind of thing that I'm talking about with attitude. I'm talking about literally changing the way that you respond to things in a way that's positive. So like you respond to something that happens and you go, oh crap, like my daughter had this car accident. Oh crap. You know, the car's out of commission. My other daughter was supposed to take that to school next fall. How are we going to deal with this? Oh my gosh. And there's worry. Is she okay? That came first, obviously. But she called and said, I'm okay, but the car is probably totaled. So all of those things, you can have that time to worry and feel your emotions and process that. But then you got to step back after you've felt that and go, am I going to be at cause or am I going to be at effect of my life? So I can either sit here and spend the next few days worrying about the money and this and that and all of that, or I can go, you know what? This is something that is out of my control. But what I can do is I can be grateful that my daughter's fine. I can be at cause in getting the whole thing resolved so that I know whether it's totaled, how much it's going to be, what we're going to get from it, and then start looking for a new car if that's what we need to do, and do it feeling blessed that she's fine. So it really is about what you focus on. Just like with that analogy with when I had breast cancer, you know, I could focus on how horrible chemo was, how bad I felt, how awful it was going to be to lose my hair. I could do that. Or I could flip the whole experience on its head and go, you know what? We're going to just play. We're going to just have fun with this. And we're going to go, okay, I'm not willing to have this affect who I am, who I'm being in the world. I'm not going to let this steal my joy. And that's the key to happiness, really. It's not just about having a positive attitude. It's about not letting anything or anyone steal your joy. So I want to challenge you this week. You know, are you somebody that worries? Are you somebody that stresses out? Something happens and then you just keep chewing it like a cow chews its cud. Like, oh my gosh, I'm so worried. I'm so stressed. Oh my gosh, this is so hard. Oh my gosh, this is so awful. Like, are you one of those people where you just let worry consume you? Or are you somebody that goes, you know, this really sucks. I'm going to deal with it. Maybe I need to mourn or be sad or be scared or whatever for a few days. But then after that, I'm going to like pull myself up by my bootstraps and I'm going to be at cause in my life. Because we have two choices. We can either be at cause or we can be at effect of the circumstances around us. I could not alter the fact that I had breast cancer. I cannot alter the fact that my daughter got in a car accident. I cannot alter the fact that our furnace went out. I cannot change these things in my life. But I am 100% responsible for how I react to those things. And I realize that I have a powerful ability to create each and every day. And I'm not going to let those things steal my joy. Instead, I'm going to focus on things that I'm grateful for. And I'm going to look at how can I actually affect and create my day in front of me, rather than being at effect from the circumstances. So, how are you going to affect your day? What are you going to create today? Maybe you got up this morning and you feel kind of crappy. Maybe there's snow on the ground and it pisses you off. Maybe you don't feel so great. Maybe you're going through a health crisis right now and you're a little bit scared. You know what? This day, there will be no other day than this. This is your day. What are you going to do with it? You are 100% responsible for creating your attitude and your day. Are you going to do something amazing with it? I hope you do. So, how will you affect your day, your week, your month, your year, your entire life? The choice is 100% up to you. I hope that you make it amazing.